Okay, Smriti, am I audible? So let us introduce about the hydroponics. We will talk today about the basics of the hydroponics. And first about me, I am Professor S.M. Bhatt, ex-Deputy Director, Bhag Singh University, Jalandhar, and then I was Head of Department of Agriculture, AGC Amritsar. So this venture is actually not new. I have started it in 2019. Okay, let me present. I think my slide is not showing to anyone, right? So let me share my slide first. Just a minute. Okay, now screen is visible. Hello, the screen is visible now to everyone. Right? Okay, so let us introduce about the hydroponics. Hydroponics is also called as soilless. Means, as you know, we are growing the plant in the soil, but here we are not using any kind of soil. That's why this is called as soilless farming. It's clear? So then what we are using? So you can see here a lot of other materials we are using, like clay balls, cocoa pit, stones, sandstone, that are fine particles. And why we are using? Because the concept of growing plant is about the photosynthesis. Right, not the soil. Anywhere it's not mentioned in the books that you need a soil for the photosynthesis. Okay, for photosynthesis, what you need? You need water, you need CO2, right? You need a little bit of nutrients and proper amount of light, right? Different wavelength of light. Okay, it's clear? I will ask you in every step. If you are clear, then say yes. If it's not clear, then we will explain it again. Okay? Is it clear what I have said? I am saying this is called as soilless culture. Why this is a soilless culture? Because we are not using any kind of soil. Okay? We are not using any kind of soil. Then what we are using? We are using the various other substrate for planting the plants, that is perlite, vermiculite, sandstone, and these function of all these material will be to provide the air space, because there should not be anaerobic condition inside the planting material substrate, that is called as the substrate, cocoa pit. Okay, cocoa pit is the actual substrate, and you can give this plant, you can fix this plant in any kind of cups. Like this is a 3-inch cup. Most commonly this is 3-inch cup that is used in pipe. When you will come for the workshop, I will show you how this cups looks like and how we are planting the materials. Is it okay? So what is the first point? Hydroponics uses liquid, sand, gravel, other material to grow plant away from soil environment. Why we are not using the soil environment? Tell me. Anyone? Any idea? Yes, I will share the slide. No issue. Okay. So hydroponics, hydro means water, ponics means culture, right, process. So in water we are planting, in water we are growing the plants, providing the different material. Why we are not using the soil? Can anyone tell me? Pragati? Anyone? Vasit Narayan, why we are not using the soil? Soil ki problem kya hai? What is the basic problem? Because soil is not infected with many microbes many fungus, right? That's what why we are using a lot of pesticide, a lot of insecticide, a lot of fungicide. They are totally non-degradable. So that's why this is a different type of environment. This is not soil. Soil we cannot sterilize, soil we cannot treat. So basic idea is to grow for the vertical farming and growing plants into the liquid condition. So there are two types of hydroponic culture: solution culture in static or continuous mode, and then second is the medium culture, which is provided to support root system. Means we are using the water for the nutrients. They may be static, they may be fixed, they may be not be moving. That will be also a hydroponic condition. For example, you can see this is called as a Dutch bucket system. What you can see, this is called a Dutch bucket system. Is it okay? Hello? ये समझ आ रही है? Are you getting it? Okay. So this is the Dutch bucket system. Means we are using the coco pit, we are using the perlite, vermiculite, sandstone to fix the plant, to give the support to the plants. And how we are providing the nutrition? We are providing the nutrition via small pipes. That is called the drip irrigation. Okay. So the nutrients in this condition are diverted via first thick pipe and then very small thin pipe, and all these nutrients is prepared in different conditions. And what is the basic idea of growing different plants? Different plant requires different kind of nutrition. I will tell you which kind of nutrition. Okay. So means medium we are providing via these clay balls, coco pit and all that, and we are providing the nutrients in static or continuous mode. So there are how many type of hydroponic system? Any idea? Have you anyone heard about the hydroponic system? कितने तरह के होते हैं? How many types? So these are few types. 6 types. So weed system, that was the oldest system. So what we were doing oldest system means you have seen oldest time using lamp. पुराने समय में क्या करते थे? We are lighting the lamp because of some wick. So wick डाल देते थे and that wick was working for the nutrient supply using the capillary action. Right? Water culture, directly a little bit of amount of you can use the nutrients and directly float the plants. That is called of water culture. That is also called as a deep flow culture, or you can say this Dutch bucket system. This water culture, exactly you can say this is a Dutch bucket system. Clear? Dutch bucket system, right? And second is the flood and drain method. That is not recommended, and that is the oldest one. This in the new system we are adopting this Dutch bucket system, especially in the hot summer system. And that second part is the nutrient film technique, and currently in India and abroad, mostly people are following the DFT system. What is the DFT system? Deep flow technique. This is called as the deep flow technique. Okay, yeah, drip flow technique we कहते हैं. This is also called as drip flow technique. How it works? What is the difference? I will tell you later on. And the most latest one, that is the aeroponics. Aeroponics, what we are doing? We are growing fish in the tank plus planting the material. Okay, we are planting the material. So now I will show you one video, and after that it works, video let me check. Then you will get an idea how it looks, how it works, and what are the results. can see this is the deep flow technique, okay, in which a little film of nutrients is there in the pipe system. So in the pipe system you can go vertically. Here cherry tomato we are growing, right, and you can see in the small cup all your plant are fixed, and since length is very high, so we are not using much vertical form. Okay, so this is the lettuce we are growing. We can grow the brahmi, we can grow the pak choi, we can grow the high-ball lettuce, we can grow the various type of leafy vegetables, herbs, cherry tomato, strawberry, right? So a little bit of modification is there, and you can grow almost all kind of crops. Cherry tomato and vales, especially cucurbits, they also can be grown, but there will not be any vertical forming. There will be the one layer forming, right? Vertical means if you are utilizing the same space and growing the plants vertically. Okay, so ultimate objective is to earn the profit. So you got the video, or I should play again? Is it okay? Hello? Okay, then I am proceeding. Okay, further I am proceeding. So you can see deep water culture. We are using the pipe system, and in the pipe system what we are doing, we are supplying the nutrients, and the water along with the nutrients are flowing down the pipes. Okay, so this is the deep water culture, DWC, Dutch bucket system, and DFT. I'm telling a small amount of nutrient is flowing in the pipe system. Deep water culture, the water is not moving, rather than water is fixed, but we should supply the oxygen, because anaerobic condition should not be there. What is the anaerobic condition? Means no oxygen. If there is no oxygen, then there will be problem. So oxygen will be there. So what you can see here, just a minute. Okay. Here you can see this is a deep water culture where no nutrient pump is required. Very simple system, very simple setup, and the cheapest of all the systems. सबसे सस्ता है, because only the bucket is there, right? And the plant is kept floating in the bucket. So here stone is there, only oxygen pump is there. So what makes the difference in the deep culture, F-flow, little bit of excess nutrients can be maintained, can be handled in the F-flow technique, affordable, and there is a low maintenance, but this is out of the way because of various problems, like algal growth hampers the plant growth, because if algae is growing, then they are taking all the nutrients. If algae is not growing, then plant can grow well. So I think you are getting the idea. After the practical exposure, you will have a very clear idea. Nutrient film technique you can see here. What is the difference? This is a little bit of angle. Pipe को थोड़ा झुका देते हैं, so that all the water drain out with the gravity. Okay, so always we have to pump the nutrients, otherwise the plant will dry. So here is also problematic situation is there, that they prone to clogging. Clogging means if the pump is not on always, then nutrients will dry, plant will die. And if your water pump is very heavy, then the chances are there the flooding of nutrient will be there. Okay, in drip irrigation what we are doing, this is the new way of growing plants, where in the pipe what we are doing, This is a grow tray, only medium is there, but nutrients is not flowing in the growing medium. Rather than, you can see, this is the drip method, and by the drip irrigation we are providing the nutrients to each plants. Okay, so the benefit is that separately oxygen supply will not be required and excess nutrient solution recycle. This all is the type of different kind of hydroponics. So all they are having some disadvantage, some advantage, but what is the most common method? Most common method is the BHATT system. Now, if you have any question till now, then you can ask. Otherwise, we will discuss the role of different type of nutrients. And before the nutrients, you must know about the NFT system. NFT system is one of the most commonly that is used worldwide, but in India this has been modified because of some problem of electricity, because of high temperature, because of the infections, because of maintenance, lowering down the maintenance. We are modifying this NFT system in the DFT system. Means we are not keeping the pipe like this, right? Means always your pipe system is having some kind of nutrients, while nutrient flow always is not required in the DFT system. While in NFT, nutrient flow will be there in effect of gravity. The medium will be same in both. We are using the coconut coir or coco peat, gravel, right? So NFT design separately required for different crops, right? What kind of root system is there, what kind of irrigation system is required, drainage system, all this must be there. So what you need to build a NFT system, so what you need a cup that can hold a medium where you are going to plant a plant. Submersible pump is required, and you must take a note down little bit, so that you can have a good idea, because there should not be aggregation of concept. There are different types, different concept, definition is same. Ultimately this is called as the soilless farming. Means we are not using the soil, we are always using the liquid nutrients to grow the plants. And there is a planting material, and then net cup is there, maybe grow bag is there, maybe but medium is almost same. We are just changing the way of nutrient in every setup. So every setup you will get the idea from the NFT. All these are modification of NFT. Submersible pump is required for what? Who will tell me? What is the function of submersible pump? Hello? What is the function of a submersible pump? Have you heard about the submersible pump? Hello? Am I audible? I think I'm not audible. Hello beta, I'm audible? Smriti, Pragati? Okay. So tell me, what is the function of submersible pump? Right. Very good. So, where it should go? It should go into the pipe system, where the planting material is there. Our plant have been put into the container or cups. Okay. And what you need? Growing tubes, right? And then a starter tube or a small basket or cups. Very simple. We are saying the cups, right? Net cup, because there is a some kind of hole is there in the cup. You can see, I have show you, this is the cup where you can see there is a hole, means this is open. The root should spread. Always whenever you are planting the material, your root will come out of these cups. So there must be space, and since plant need strong support and coco peat is not providing that much of the support, so we are using a lot of clay balls, sand, stones, a lot of other materials. You got the idea what we need in the design? In the design we need some kind of pump, some kind of tubes, net cup, and the returning system. Means one inflow system will be there, outflow system will be there, and then plant holding material. So what is the full form of NFT? Who will tell me? What is the full form of NFT? This is called as nutrient flow technique. Right? Nutrient is always should be flowing. That's why the name is nutrient flow technique. So if nutrient must be flowing, how it is possible? Who will tell me? Is it possible by submersible pump is on, right? When your submersible pump is on 24 hours, then only your nutrient circulation will be supported. But how the pipe is kept? So pipe or tray, whatever you are using, they are placed at an angle. Why we are using some angle? So that water should come out with the flow in the reservoir, in the tank. Okay, in the tank this must return back. So same tank is used for supplying the nutrient, and in the same tank the nutrients is coming like this. You can see, right? So in one way the nutrient is supplied in the tank, and other way the nutrients is coming back. So weak system, if you see, they are not using any kind of submersible system, rather than they are using the cotton ball or cotton rope. So cotton easily absorb the water, make the capillaries, and there is a flow of nutrients, right? So what do you mean by the hydroponic system? Anyone? Hydroponic means when we are using water, nutrients to grow the plants, and this kind of system is also called as water culture system. Water culture system. Okay, so we are using the different kind of platform to provide the strong support to the plants, because plants need support. They have to make the roots, their stem must be long. If the support is weak, then plant will fall down, right? Have you seen the plants? I can show you in my camera. You can see there a lot of plants are there. So if your substrate is loose, then all the plant will go down. Okay, they will be fall. So what will happen if they are falling from the planting material or net cup? So they will die, right? Because they will not grow. They may be infected by many fungus, many pathogens, or leaf can be rotten because of moisture, because of water, because of over nutrients. Because if you see, I am growing here strawberry. So strawberry is very sensitive, means they should not touch the your substrate or medium. If they are touching, immediately the leaf will die. And if leaves die, there will be, what will happen? No photosynthesis. Have you heard about the photosynthesis? Who know about the photosynthesis? Anyone? What is photosynthesis? Tell me. Photosynthesis means using the light. Please. Who is telling? Tell me. Right. In presence of light, we are converting carbon dioxide and water into the carbohydrate. Right. It means what? Your photosynthesis will not happen if there is an absence of leaves. So this is the first stage of the plant, right? Your root system should be very strong and your leaf should be properly growing. And if you are planting the plants in the net cup or any kind of medium, then that is phase called as adaptation. And if your nutrients condition is good, why plant will not grow? Plant will grow well. But you should know how to put the plants correctly into the net cup. That's why this is the most important technique. What is the most important technique? Correctly planting the plants into the net. Got the idea? What is the first important step? First important step is to putting the plants correctly into the net cup. And there are three type of roots. Primary roots, which will be very thick, secondary root, and then tertiary root. Okay. So what is the difference between primary, secondary and tertiary? Tertiary root is very fine, very thin, right? Very thin. So this is the leaf system. You can see the leaf health. You can watch the leaf and you can tell about the leaf health, if it's growing well or not. You can see the various crops, and by watching the crops you can tell if they are growing well or not. Tell me, if this condition is good, plants are growing well in the pipes or not? This is the mint growing, Brahmi and mint is growing into the pipes. These are the herbal medicinal plant, and the Brahmi, used for the brain tonic. Okay. So, this is the natural leaves. Brahmi has a very small leaves, but you can see this is the basil. They have the good leaves. Okay. Now you can see the lettuce, right? Lettuce have a good leaves. Okay. If they are yellowing, means some problem is there. Your leaves should not be yellow. Always they should be green. Okay. Then you can judge their health. Got the idea? So this is a DFT system, okay, in which you are putting your plants into the net cup inside a pipe, and in that pipe your nutrients is running. Your nutrients is flowing via drip irrigation, or directly you can send the. Now we are coming. What many types of nutrients is required? So there are two types of nutrients is required: macronutrients and micronutrients. Macro and micro. What the idea? There is two types: macro and micro. Macronutrients, right? What is the role of macronutrients? Macronutrients are needed in large quantity. Why these are needed in large quantity? And that's why their name is macro, of course. If micro means small quantity, macro means large quantity. Means every time what you have to check? You have to check their quantity. Right? If the quantity is good, the plant is growing well. What is the function of NPK? N for nitrogen. So nitrogen deficiency will be there. How will you know? How will you know? Yellowing of leaves. Leaves turns yellow. Note down. Please note down, okay? And there will be delayed ripening. There will be delayed ripening. Okay? So they are the most important element required, and always they should be in the sufficient quantity. What is the next element, beta? potassium. Okay, the next element is potassium. Then phosphorus. In the phosphorus deficiency, you can see the leaves shows curling. Okay, potassium needed for what? Root hardening. Why the potassium is needed? What is the function of potassium? Tell me. What is the function of potassium? For strong. So it's clear, macronutrients are of three types. N for nitrogen, which is required for the leaves. Health of the leaves is affected by the deficiency of nitrogen. Phosphorus deficiency leads to the leaves curling, right? And potassium is required for root hardening. And if root is weak, there must be some problem of fungus, which is the most common in soil system. So why we are avoiding the soil system? Who will tell me? Why we are avoiding the soil system? Yes, fungus, especially fungal. Especially we want to avoid fungal disease. So same here. So what we should do to avoid the attack of fungus? We should treat well, we should sterilize well. What we can utilize? How we can sterilize? Any idea how we can sterilize the system? How we can by aerobic condition. And then second part is we should treat the cocopeat with warm water. Okay, if we are washing all these substrate by the warm water, hot water before the planting, then they must be sterilized. All the microbes will die. Before the planting, you must treat it and then cool it and then use your plants for the planting purpose. Otherwise, the same infection problem will be there. Is it clear? Okay. So now there is another characteristic how we can measure this presence of salt in the nutrients. There are electrical conductivity, one parameter which is not adopted nowadays. Rather than we are adopting the TDS system, total dissolved solids. Okay. So very simple instrument is there. I can show you. I'm using my camera. I think, is this clear? Is this visible properly? This is called as the TDS system. I think it's written here. TDS you can read. Okay, on the top of system. So this is giving you the exact value of the solid nutrients present in your solution. So we can measure both in term of EC, electrical conductivity, which tells you about the quality of the water. If the water is hard, can anyone tell me what is the hard water and soft water? What is the hard water? What is the soft water? Hard water is hard, right? And how soft water is soft. Is this so? No, this is not true. Then what do you mean by the hard water? Hard water contains large amount of mineral like calcium, magnesium and some other salts which is in very excess amount, right? Very excess amount. So what will be the side effect? All your plant will die because of excessive salt. Suppose we are eating our food and then we are using at least 10 gram of salts. What will happen? We will throw the food because excessive salt is not permitted in your food. You know? We are visiting many restaurants. Then first idea is salt should be very low because many people don't like much salts. So similarly, plant is a life system. This is a living system. They don't need much salts. They need neither low salts. They don't need neither high salts. Okay. So if hard water you are using, then what will be the side effect? What will be the side effect, beta? What will be the side effect? Plant will die. Obviously, plant will die. Why plant will die? Right. They will be immobilized. Means all the nutrients will not make a precipitate. Right? In the nutrients will not be in the dissolved form, and if the nutrients is not available in the water in the dissolved form, then what will happen? They will not be available to the plants. Which is our natural objective is to provide the nutrients to the plants. If we are using the hard water, then all the precipitate will be there because of excessive salt. Right? So salt, they are binding to the all nutrients, making them precipitate. Okay, that is the problem. Okay, beta. So what you should do, you should check regularly your TDS and pH system. Why we should use the TDS and pH system? Tell me. Always you can correlate with your system. Suppose you are eating the food, you are feeling acidity. Means if pH is disturbed, your food will not be digested. Similarly, if plant pH is disturbed, every plant has a specific pH requirement. For example, tomato. If you are talking about the tomato needs how much pH? Very low pH. Okay, very low pH. Why? Because they have to make the citric acid or acetic acid in their content. So optimum pH should be between 5.5 to 6. Okay. Any system may be there, maybe aquaponics, maybe DFT, maybe NFT, but ideal pH system should be very, very low, 5.5 to 6. And what is the difference between DFT and aquaponics? Aquaponics always have fish. They always harbor fish, right? So if you see the root rot system, means there is a fungal disease, maybe the pythium, right? And other problem may be there, very low water temperature or very sterile condition you can provide to avoid such kind of attack. So how you can go for the insect control? There may be insect problem because food is required by the mites, spider, aphids, thrips, all they can attack. So how you can avoid that? So hydroponic grower can apply pesticide? No, it should not be done. So there are another system. Another system is using the yellow sticky paper. Yellow sticky paper you can use. That can be used to control the insect and pest. Other system what you can adopt? You can use the green net system. I have shown you. You can see that there is a green net system behind. है ना, देख रहे हो ग्रीन नेट ग्रीन कलर का है. So what is the purpose of using the green net? Always hydroponics should be present either indoor or in the green net system. What is the function of green net? Why this is green net, not white net? And what is the benefit? Who will tell me? Any idea? Why? Any idea? Just you can tell me whatever is coming to your mind. Why we are using green net? Green net means shade, because in India you can see very heavy sunlight, very high temperature, very high temperature, right? Sunlight is very hard, you can see excessive light is not required, the plant is going to die. So what is the benefit of green net? Green net will save, filter the light also, filter the insect also, okay, filter the insect also. हाँ, लाइट को भी कम करेगा एंड जो इंसेक्ट पेस्ट माइट ये सारे हैं इनको भी रोकेगा. सो ऑलवेज दिस इज अ बेनिफिट दैट insect pest will not be allowed to enter. Always from every side, every corner, this should be closed properly. So this is a kind of, so this is not required by you. Macronutrients and little bit of trace element is also required. So aeroponics means we are growing the plants in the air. Hydroponics means we are growing plants in water. Clear? So soilless farming, you can say them, they are the part of protected cultivation. What is protected cultivation? Why we are saying greenhouse? In greenhouse, polyhouse, green net. Okay, we were discussing now. We should avoid entry of any insect pest. That's why they are called as protected cultivation. Soilless farming is also called as a protected cultivation because we are using the green net, greenhouse, polyhouse for growing the plants to control the condition also and to control the insect and pest. We are modifying the environment. We are giving the environment that is required by the plants. So what is the benefit of protected cultivation? Who would tell? इसका फायदा क्या होगा? Yes, very good. So what is the benefit? Means winter season crops you can grow into the summer season. In the summer season also you can grow the plants that is always growing in the winter season. So then what is the benefit of that? We can earn so much profit because everyone is growing in the winter season, in the open condition, in the soil condition. That's why farmers are not getting the exact price now. Why European countries are so rich? Because their people are very intelligent, right? They are producing those crops that can give you the benefit and they understand everything. Okay? In very small area they are growing high and always because of controlled condition they are changing the seasonal crops. Now people are saying seasonal crops. This season, in winter season, only winter crops will be there. In the summer season, only summer crop will be there. So that's the problem. Flood of vegetables in the winters, and there is a lack of vegetables almost in the summers. So because of high heat, you cannot control them, you cannot keep them, you have to do a lot of effort. So this is the best way in the controlled condition. You can grow your vegetables and you can earn a lot, because people are going for the taste and for the special vegetables. The same vegetables you are, for example, we are talking about the cabbage. That will be 5 rupees kg or 10 rupees kg. Okay? Right? So, and the same you are selling in the summer in India, you are getting 100 rupees. Okay? Right? Broccoli I was buying in winter 150 rupees kg. And what will be the price in the summer? Tell me, if you are growing in the protected condition, you can earn 300 to 400 per kg. Right? All the pizza, burger, Domino's, what they are doing? They are using all these exotic vegetables or unseasonal crops. That's why they are paying very high to such farmers which are doing the protected countries. So what is the hydroponics? We can say hydroponics is the art of growing plants in water. What we are learning? So we should do the exercise, we should do the physical training, we should handle each and everything. Then you will learn the art of growing plants in water. So what is hydroponics ultimately? Tell me. Plants in water. You should understand what kind of substrate is required, what is the nutrients, what are the conditions, what are the environment, how the nutrient is prepared, what are the planning. Tomorrow will be lecture over the farm management. Okay. Today, the whole day means 9 to 11 we are discussing this, and then again at 1 o'clock, 1 to 3 we'll be there to discuss some more aspects of soilless farming. Is it okay? ठीक है, समझ गए ना बात को? स्मृति, you got the idea? Tomorrow we will learn how to plan a hydroponic farm. What are the basic idea? What are the basic aspects? How we can reap the profit actually? How we can earn the profit from the farm management? Because hydroponic system is overall very costly. Means if you are talking about the poor farmers, they are not interested in that. But I told them, if you are managing a farm, your tractor is costing 15 to 20 lakhs. You are taking loan, and then pumping set is required to flooding the water. You are spending so much over buying the fertilizer. Per acre you need 40 kg. Urea, and phosphate, all that nutrients. Okay, per acre minimum 40 to 50 kg you are spending, buying. But here we need only maximum 20 gram equivalent to 1 acre crops. तो हमारा कितने में काम हो रहा है? 20 grams में maximum for the 3 seasons. Means we are talking about the vegetative to flowering and then flowering to fruiting. Okay, and before the vegetative growth they require very little amount of fertilizer. Okay, the fertilizer is mostly required during the vegetative growth. जब छोटा बच्चा होता है तो he is eating less, a small baby eating less. So similarly, when you are planting a plant, they require very less nutrients. Okay. So this is sent by some of my friends. Their farm is there in the Gurgaon. So they are using such kind of system. You can see strawberry farming is there. Okay. So you can see the cherry tomato. You can adopt lettuce. You can grow the cabbage. Okay, so you can use such kind of pipe system. You can paint it to avoid the heat. Mostly pipes are white, but not so much white. Okay, you can use the flat channel. Flat channel is mostly used for the NFT system, but we are not recommending the flat channels. We are using the circular pipe, and I have the see in the camera. Is it visible? This is the indoor system where Smriti will join us, I think on this Sunday, and we will do some practical. So you can see the root system. Tertiary root is very heavily growing out of the net cups. Okay, so it's all the science about planting the plants in the net cup. If you are doing it correctly, if you are using the right kind of substrate, then obviously you are getting your plant in the good state. So what do you require in the hydroponics? Means either you can use the seed to grow the plant, or you can get a plant from the nursery, but mostly nursery are using the soil. That is the biggest issue. So there is some kind of work we are giving you. In the same day when you are coming coming with a plant from the nursery. Buy a plant. Smriti, I am audible? Listen properly what I am saying. Note it down. When you are coming, you will buy a plant from the nursery so that you can be aware of each and every step. 1 or 2 plants hardly, maximum 2 plants you should have, and you are coming with me. You are taking it to my farm or indoor system, whatever the system we are using. Then we'll make you learn how to sterilize the substrate, how to wash, how to make it free, fungal free, pest free or anything, and you have also to protect the tertiary root. And then using all the gravels or system, you will mix all this system after the sterilization, after the drying properly, and this all will be covered in the practical part. And this is the most important technique, fixing the plant into the net cup in right way. You can see here in the first picture, the plant is away from the substrate. If it is touching the substrate, then probably the plants are going to die. The second step is filling in hydro cups and then transferring hydroponics. Okay. So you have to, then second step, you have to prepare your NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, already we have discussed. Okay. And then potassium we have discussed. Okay. And excessive potassium, what will happen if there is excessive potassium? Excessive potassium means some kind of deficiency in the older leaves. Alright? There may be attack of the fungus. You can know that. Phosphorus, excessive phosphorus will reduce the availability of copper and zinc. Excessive nitrogen or nitrogen deficiency, what will happen? Yellow is leaves. You must remember it well. Nitrogen deficiency, yellow is leaf. Phosphorus deficiency, stunt and dark green leaves. Dark green leaf also shows phosphorus deficiency. Lower leaves become yellow and upper leaves become dark green. This is a kind of different kind of leaves. So leaves gives you the health of the plants. By watching the leaves quality, leaf की quality देख के you will understand actually your plant is healthy or not. Okay, got the idea? So you must know well about the role of macronutrients, their deficiency and their role. What is the role of phosphorus? Role of phosphorus is flower and fruit production. Flower and fruit production. Root growth. Okay, flower and fruit production. Nitrogen necessary for the formation of amino acids, coenzymes and chlorophylls. amino acid form the proteins. So all kind of proteins are the, because of nitrogens, proper amount of nitrogen should be there, are the coenzymes, and also the quality of the leaves depends on the proper amount of nitrogen. Okay, so what is the toxicity? What will happen if there is excessive nitrogen? Who will tell me? क्या होगा जब नाइट्रोजन एक्सेसिव अमाउंट में हो जाए? कैसे पता लगेगा? हाँ, yes. More leaves will there, and dark green leaves you will see, heavy growth of leaves, and ultimately they are going to affect your fruiting. Okay, fruiting will be delayed. So if heavy leaves is there, it means you are using the excessive nitrogen. If your nutrients is lacking the nitrogen, then also there is a big problem. And nitrogen you can supply in different form, not in the form of nitrate and ammonia, right? Because nitrate and ammonia is not supplying any kind of nitrogen to the plants, rather than they are providing setback to the plants. Okay, so which nitrogen should not be used, or which is not going to provide any kind of nitrogen? Nitrate and ammonia. Okay, ammonium we should not use. Nitrate, calcium nitrate we are using in the nutrients, but that is for the calcium purpose. Okay, nitrate is not going to play any role. Similarly, ammonium nitrate, neither ammonium is useful nor nitrate is useful. So you should keep in mind what salts you are using, okay, and why. Got the idea? So phosphorus deficiency, how will you understand? Because fruiting and flower production will be delayed or affected. This also shows the phosphorus deficiency. Heavy root growth will be there. That also excessive phosphorus system is there. So fruit production and root system is totally depend on the NPK. Okay. And potassium, if you are talking, the potassium is required for what? In the lettuce. In the lettuce, it's required in high amount, but not in other plants. So accordingly we have to modify the nutrients. थोड़ा सा hard हो रहा है स्मृति? It's a very tough ना to understand all this. Oh. Okay. Very good. So that's you cleared me out, because I was thinking you are not getting any points. Okay, so that's a recap. Good recap will be there, and because hydroponics means managing the plants. How you are going to manage the plants? It's all about managing the plants. Okay. So welcome Harpal ji, welcome Parminder ji. All. We are discussing here hydroponics, about the micronutrients, about the NPK, कि nitrogen, phosphorus ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, then what will happen? And then we are discussing now about the potassium. Potassium synthesis require high potassium level. Protein synthesis require high potassium level. So whatever hardening you are seeing in the root, in the stems, and you will see the strawberry, for example. Strawberry should be sweet. So why this is very sweet? Because of proper amount of sugar forms. Okay, so potassium is going to help them a lot. If you are growing strawberry, for example, and there is a lacking of potassium, right? Then what will happen? Then also will be a problem. Your sugar will not be there in the proper amount, and your fruit will be bitter. A little bit bitter taste will be there. So hydroponic system is best. Why hydroponic system is best? Because by controlling, by understanding the nutrients requirement, you can what you can do, you can control the quality of the sugar, quality of taste, quality of smell, that you can control. And what will happen if there will be deficiency of potassium? Very slow growth of the plants. Okay, and you will see the new leaves are growing well, but older leaves are dying. No, it's developing some kind of condition like mottling, and they are prone to fungal attack. Okay, then again, what you will do? People will suggest use the fungicide. So, is that the solution? Tell me. If there is a fungal attack because of deficiency of potassium, this is a very good question, I think. Then what one should do? Yes, how will you know? Yes, rather than using the antifungal element or any pesticide or any kind of things, what you should do, immediately you should remove the leaves, right, and provide the NPK in proper amount. Provide the nutrients in proper amounts. Okay. Yes, because this is because if fungal attack will be there, then it will spread to the whole plants. Okay, so cut the leaves. This is a quick option. Yes. Then you have to destroy all the plants. You should not go for any treatment. In the stem, then you should remove the complete plant, because via the stems they may go to the root system and they can infect whole DFT system, hydroponic system, because the nutrient is flowing. Along with the nutrient, your fungal spore will be there, mycelia will be there. So they all are flowing throughout the system and they are infecting each and every healthy plant. Rather than immediately, as soon as you will see the fungal attack in stems, immediately try to remove that plant completely. Okay. And how will you know that there is a deficiency of NPK? One is the symptom, another is the TDS system. Okay. Other will be the system, TDS system. So this Sunday we are doing the practicals, and it will start 10 a.m. onwards. Right? At the Jandiya. So anyone is interested in the practical part, come along with the 2 plants from the nursery, and rest I will manage. I will give you the tea and snacks along with the training, and then you will learn a lot, because learning, only information is the power. If you are learning good, you are growing good. If you are learning from not a good master, there are 2 types of master, good master and bad master. Good master always tells you a lot of conditions and they give you the clear picture. Bad masters create a lot of confusion. Okay. So then you will tell me I am good master or bad master after the tea, and by the NPK you will know how the deficiency is there by the TDS. Okay. So on that day we will try to understand how we can understand this deficiency by using the TDS. What is the role of TDS? Okay. So next part is micronutrients. Macronutrients means they are required in very, very small quantities. Right? Very small quantity means micronutrients needs in the grams. Okay. But micronutrients always will be required in the milligrams. That is the difference. Okay. Got the idea? So what are the different type of micronutrients? That is the calcium, sulfur, iron. Okay, so what is the role of calcium? Calcium required for cellular formation. And what if there is a calcium deficiency? Calcium deficiency causes stunting and crinkling of leaves, and young shoot die. So you can understand this, if your young shoot is dying, there may be lacking of calcium. Only in the fungal attack you have to throw the plants. So you must understand between the fungal attack and the deficiency of the calcium, because they may give the same symptom. Okay, but fungal, you can understand there will be some other features will be there, and easily you can identify is this the fungal attack or calcium deficiency. So plant start dying. Some plants will start falling. They will not be standalone. Okay, and your plant seems to be loose. They are falling from the stage. So immediately you have to supply the micronutrients. And calcium is also affecting your fruit formation. Okay, so whenever there will be high temperature, your fruit will form, but will decay as soon as they form, and this will be kind of rot. That is called the blossom end rot, BER. So excessive calcium you cannot spot. It's very difficult to identify, because that's why we are taking precaution that we are not using the hard water. What we are using? We are using the soft water. Get the idea? To avoid the excessive use of calcium. Again, the sulfur, it's required for protein synthesis, water uptake, fruiting, seeding, and natural fungicide. Okay, so deficiency, sulfur deficiency is uncommon, but can use young leaves to turn yellow with purple basis. Okay, so this is hardly you can see any deficiency, but sometimes it's going to affect your leaves, and you can identify always any symptom. So that's why we are recommending love your plants, wash the plants daily, especially their stem and leaf part. And if you are trained well, you have sufficient information, then easily you can identify the problems by watching your leaf structure. Okay, iron is very important, because your ultimately chlorophyll formation depends on this. But iron in the free form is not going to be taken by the plants. Always they are taken in the ionic form, and if you are adding the iron, they are not absorbed by the plants. So always micronutrients you should use in the chelated form. What is the chelated form of the micronutrients? What are the chelated macronutrients? Why we are using chelating agents? Tell me. Why we are using chelating agent? Because chelating agent, there are two types of salt. One is the combined form, and other is the free form. So all these macronutrients, especially the metal ions, are in the combined form. If you are not using the chelated form, they will not be soluble in the water, and they will not be available to the plants. So you are sure that you have added the micronutrients, but they are not available to the plants. Why? Tell me. Tell me why. Oh, tell me why. You have added the micronutrients, they are not available to the plants. And you are watching that I have added. What may be the reason? What was the reason, beta? Who will tell me? Smriti, tell me. Because micronutrients are available in the combined form. Okay, that's why they are not available to the plants. Then what you can do? What you can do, beta? What one should do? You should add the EGTA. Okay, you should add the EGTA. Got the point? What I'm saying? Hello. Am I audible or disconnected? Okay. So you got the point? Even we have added the micronutrients, why they are not available? They are present. Yes. That is the biggest reason. Plant required in another form, and you are sure that you have supplied, but it's not available to the plants. That is the biggest mistake. So always you should understand, you should supply in the correct format. Otherwise, your nutrients addition will be very costly. Plant will die, and you will not be able to understand why the plants are dying. So always use your mentor, ask your mentor, whatever you are using, right? And every time you should have a mentor to discuss before you lose all the plants, because there is a specific time limit. Once the plant dies, you cannot recover them. Okay, so that's a required practice. That's why we are providing the 3 months on-site training. 3 days training is a kind of training, means information, but when you are handling, you are watching the plants, in contact with the mentors, at least 1 month you should give properly, at least for 1 hour every day. That is sufficient. If you are giving the 2 hours, that's more than sufficient, right? Because whole day you don't need to be there. So you must dedicate 1 month out of all your work and learn well. Then confidently whole life you can grow your plants, you can guide someone, and you will be a successful businessman. Okay, that's not a unique quality except the knowledge and information and practices. Practice makes girl perfect. Okay, Smriti. So what we can grow? This is the basic question from everyone. So we are saying what we cannot grow. We can grow everything. We can grow the basil. We can grow the thyme. We can grow the oregano, mentha, mint. Right? So everything, rosemary, chive, parsley, sage, everything you can grow. Just you cannot be master of all the plants at a time, but you can be master of hydroponics at a time, and you can change your condition according to the requirement. For example, in Indian market, there is a heavy requirement of Safed Musli. I will discuss it hydroponics part in some other days, right? And we can also give you the project report, how much there will be cost of growing and how much benefit you will get. What are the different type of seeds and what kind of seeds in the Japanese system? They are innovating the hydroponics in different conditions. So this is a picture of in school the fresh veggies are grown by the teachers and students. So this is the Safed Musli. You can get the price before you start setting up the commercial hydroponics, because every hydroponic setup is different for the different plants. They are not the same. Okay, and all they have the different kind of specification. You must touch the price. After the price, and you search for the market. If you can grow, if you can sell well, Then ask your mentor, take a plan, and then starts growing. Okay. So now we have discussed about the micronutrients: iron, boron, zinc, copper, manganese, sodium, chlorine, cobalt. So this is total how much? Tell me. 4 or 8 micronutrients. And how much macronutrients? 6. Okay. So total 14. How much total? Tell me. 14. So in macronutrients we can classify again the primary as well as the secondary. Primary as well as the secondary. So what is the primary? NPK is the primary. Okay. Got the idea with that? And secondary calcium, magnesium and sulfur. So what is the best pH for propagating? There is a different pH. 5.5 to 6. Too much pH will damage, too low pH will also damage. So this is the pH range. pH range you can understand from 1 to 14 and you can adjust your hydroponic pH by using the lemon juice or baking soda. Now this is very important. Now tell me, what is the most common pH of all the plants? So most common pH is 6 to 6.5. Beans, you can see broccoli 6 to 6.5. Cabbage even the almost little bit. The same. Carrots, same. Chives, same. Cucumbers 500 to 6. Little bit lower. Garlic 6.5. Okay. Lettuce 6.5. Onion 7. Peas 6. But pineapple 5 to 5.5. You strictly should maintain the pH. Okay. If you are not strictly maintaining the pH, your plant is going to die despite of how much you are providing the nutrients. Similarly, strawberry, tomato, right? So already we have discussed what are the commonly growing media for hydroponic culture: coconut fiber, coco peat, clay, ball, perlite, rock wool, sand, right? And vermiculite. What is the function of vermiculite? Tell me what is the function of sand, rock wool, perlite, vermiculite? Why we are using them? Who will tell me? Oh. What is the function of perlite, rock wool? Why we should use them? बोलो बेटा. अगर हम नहीं यूज करेंगे then what will happen? If you are not using then what will happen? If you are using, what will be the benefit? Don't tell me. So they are providing the aeration, they are providing the support, right? And they are also good absorbent of oxygen and nutrients. So if you can see the soil as compared to the soil, they are behaving like the soil. So soil contains, you cannot predict soil is very pure. If soil is very pure, they will be sticky, they will be hard. You cannot detach a plant from the soil easily, or they will die. Do you agree with this? So nature provided them with the many rocks, small rocks, sand even there. So we are just mimicking the same condition. Okay, we are providing. And what is the biggest drawback of using the coconut fiber? Who will tell me? What is the biggest drawback of What is the drawback of this? Coconut fiber, roll, tell me. Speak something. The biggest problem is that they are very salty. They are coming from that condition, they are having the heavy salts. Okay? They are having the heavy salts. Okay? So that's why you will see it's very difficult to use as a planting material without buffering, without charging, without washing. You cannot use them. Okay? So this is one idea I have calculated. For the cherry tomato, for example, minimum cost you are selling 30. It's not 30, it's 100. This must be revised. And this is the time, 3 months you can grow, and one plant give you the 5 kg, minimum 5 kg. So 5 kg into 100, how much? 500 per plant. So if you are going for the commercial setup, minimum how many plants? 500 plants will be required. Okay. So 500 into 500. How much? 2.5 lakh. And 500 plants setup, just 35,000. Okay. So that is the commercial setup, and this setup cost is one time, and you can grow plant continuously. So you can multiply your benefit. If you are increasing the plant 10 times, you are getting the benefit 10 times. Any question till now? Okay. So hydroponic system is different than the acre. 500 plant is equivalent to 1 acre. 1 acre you can grow 6,000 plants. Sorry. So in very small room, 10 by 10 room, you can grow plants equivalent to per acre. And lettuce you can grow in a room with amount of 300 to 400 tons. Tomato almost 200 tons. Even you can grow the potato. You can grow the cucumber. You can grow the beets, you can grow the... This is a very good market. I think you did some job over there in Canada, na? Smriti, in the agriculture farm or hydroponics. Okay. Okay. Right. So that will help you a lot in starting some ventures or doing in some form, working in some forms. And you can take our help if you are growing there, this kind of system, hydroponic system in DFT system. Okay. I will help you. Okay. Yes. You stay in touch with me. I will tell you all the disease, deficiency, nutrient management, because this takes time. This takes time, and this is not one day game. Agriculture is not one day game. One day game you have to. Very good. So I'm impressed, and over there you can make a team, you can start your own farm, starting from this vertical farming, hydroponics, and then side by side you can sell all this planting material to the farms, and then you can earn a heavy business in the meantime. Okay, because whatever the cost you are spending, that will be accomplished in 1 year or less than 1 year. So, and from the next time, agriculture, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that will be very good, and I will be a permanent mentor. Okay, right? So I'm very happy that you have joined. You can see the strawberry, how it looks in the hydroponic. They are growing well. Some time back I did this, but now I have opened separate